Samuel Brown.
Yeah! Oh, what a awkward intro that was.
Eat corn and get RBT to 1 million subscribers by Christmas. Eat your corn. Love your corn. But you need to get RBT to 1 million subscribers by Christmas.
Final video about this. I promise today was completely unexpected. And I swear to you, we're not going to talk about this anymore. But finally, it's over with. It's going to be past us. You'll see the interview in just a second. But yes, we were on the Pat McAfee show today. At the end of his show, he brought us on, and me and Pat kind of, I don't call it beef. Like, it's not beef. We just kind of squashed what happened because it's nobody's fault, not my fault, not his fault, not my talent agency's fault. Just a bad situation for everybody involved. It was just hard for both of us to see what happened through each perspective because we both didn't know what was going on from both sides. So I never intended to try and make anybody look bad. That's the first thing I want to put out there. That was 100% not my intentions whatsoever. But Pat showed he's a great guy, had me on the show today. We kind of talked through what happened live. And we were honest with each other. I mean, I think that's the best way to go about things, is like man to man, tell that person what you think they did was wrong and what you think they would have done differently, and put your point of view out there. And I think that's what we did. I had some people saying like I must have felt awkward. I didn't feel awkward at all. I 100% understand where he was coming from with his questions. I told him what happened from my point of view, and everything's done. It's all behind us. It just does show how good of a guy Pat actually is. I mean, being in the position he is, obviously he wanted to make things right even though they had nothing to do with this whatsoever. And the last thing I want to address before you see the rest of the interview is I know I'm having a lot of people asking me about what I said in my prior video, because when I made that video, I did know that he said on the podcast that he was going to try and bring me on the show later and try to fix everything that happened. And I said then, which I still feel the same way about it, is I never want anything out of pity. I want everything that I achieve in life to be because of me and what I've accomplished. I never want to achieve something or get an opportunity because of pity or for somebody feeling sorry for me. So that's 100% where I stood with it and still do. But at the same time, I got to thinking about it and had a few friends I talked to about it as well. If I didn't go on this show, who won? The guy or girl that made all this freaking trouble, that went to the lengths of getting in contact with an agency, getting my number, reaching out, fooling a bunch of people, getting a fake phone number, doing all the research to make things sound 100% legitimate, but for whatever reason, this human being has a vendetta out for me, and their number one goal was to make me look stupid, was to embarrass me. So yeah, okay, you win, good job, you embarrassed me. But how rewarding would it be for me to take that person that caused all this trouble and take the trouble that they caused me to actually get me on this show? So the number one goal was to embarrass me and make me look stupid, but at the end of the day, their freaking plan backfired as they actually got me on the Pat McAfee show. So great job, thank you so much. I appreciate you doing this because it helped out. My Twitter, it's popping out. My Instagram's popping out. We have our YouTube reaction videos popping out. So thank you for the money, the easy money, I must say, on the reaction video that I did. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you also creating a relationship between me and Pat McAfee and getting me on the show. So with that said, I appreciate you. That's why I went on the show. That's why I went against what I said initially. After thinking about it, who looks like the idiot? You do. Thanks for all the exposure.
Well, it was very awkward because I watched the video. You know, I watched the video of you reacting to us, and I have a couple questions throughout the entire thing because from our side, you got to remember, you and I have never talked before, right? You and I have never had a conversation before.
No. Aside from the little interaction we had after the Troy video, no real interaction, anything like that.
Yeah, and I think that interaction was me following you and giving you a shout out on my show, right?
Yeah. So, all right, let's go ahead and explain what exactly happened, because it wasn't necessarily like I just got a text message, out of the blue. So I'm with a talent agency who I've been with for about 2 years now, and they kind of handle like 99% of like brand deals, appearances, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like same thing that happened with the Head and Shoulders deal when I went to the Super Bowl. So what normally happens is they'll text me and be like, hey, we have this deal for you. They want you to do this. You interested, yes or no? So just like everything else, randomly on the weekend, they shoot me a text, said, hey, we got an email from the Pat McAfee show. They want you on. And I was like, yeah, cool, for sure. So,
okay, can I stop you there? Can I stop you there?
Yeah, for sure.
Who did your talent agency hear from, and who is your talent agency? Because that never happened either, though. So I feel like you're getting lied to by people that you trust here, and we need to talk about talent agency giving you a bunch of bullshit. You don't deserve that. Hey, you are a businessman. You don't deserve a talent agency that's probably taking a clip of whatever you do off the work that you've made, lying to you about this and setting you up to be in this position. Because
yeah, for sure. I don't think it was anything malicious. I think it was they're the ones that kind of got here. Because as soon as I got I saw what happened on the show live, immediately I called them because I was pretty pissed off, obviously.
Yeah, you should have been, by the way. I would be too if I were you.
It was a very embarrassing moment. But they said they obviously apologized, but they said there was nothing about the email that seemed not legitimate. So I mean, there's not much. Obviously, I was aggravated, but there's really not much I can do. It was just a really bad situation. But like I said, they told me to expect that text message.
Yeah.
So
did they give your number to the person that sent the email to them?
What was that?
Did they give your phone number to the person that emailed them? Is that what happened?
Yeah. So now this person who obviously doesn't like me has my phone number now.
Oh, jeez. Hey, this son of a bitch, whoever it is, I hope you get a chance to find out who this is, because this is second level fuckery now. They're going to your talent agency to get to you.
Yeah, so and it's funny too, because on that reaction video I did about this, because obviously I had to come out and say something, because like I had all these people, like when the show was going on and I was expecting to be on, I was getting hundreds of tweets. I had people that knew me in real life hitting my phone up, texting me and stuff, and like I had no idea what was going on, because in my mind I was just getting screwed over, and obviously it's not y'all's fault, but I was just so confused at what was going on.
Yeah.
And then once I saw that happen, I was like, God, like I said, one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. I got to thinking, like, after when I made that reaction video, I was like, because I know you guys did mention you want to make it right and wanted me on the show and everything. And I was like, I don't want to do something like this out of pity. I want all the opportunities I get, I want it to be kind of because of me and the work I've put in. So I didn't want to do something out of pity. But the more I thought about it, I was like, obviously this individual who did all this, they don't like me. They have some sort of weird vendetta out for me. And I got to thinking, so what have they actually done here? Yeah, they kind of embarrassed me a little bit, actually a lot. But at the same time, I got mentioned on the show. I made a reaction video that did really well. So thank you for the money for the guy that did this. Number two, they ultimately ended up getting me on the show. So who really looks like the dumbass here,
Great way to spin it. Great way to spin it. I like the way you have framed that in your mind. I absolutely love that. And I'm happy we got a chance to talk here and have this whole thing out, because, to be honest, none of us had any idea any of this was happening, obviously. And let me tell you my side now. I followed you after the Troy Polamalu thing just as a salute to say, like, thank you for doing that, right? We didn't really have any interactions. So whenever I saw the screenshot, the graphic you had your guy make, which is a very nice graphic, by the way, girl, guy, whoever it is, tell them incredible work there. I see that on Twitter. I actually send it to the group and I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, did somebody book this? And everybody's like, no idea. And everybody was like, that's a guy from the Troy Polamalu thing, the guy from the Troy Polamalu thing. I'm like, yeah, I know who it is, but is anybody? I thought you were just cooking something. Like, I thought this was just a part of something. So I unfollowed you because I was like, I don't want to be a part of this guy cooking fake shit. Like I just like, I didn't want to give it any any credibility because I didn't know you, right? I did not know you. I know you from the Troy Polamalu thing. That is it. I've never talked to you. So I didn't know you personally. So then after this whole thing happens, I start following up with you a little bit. I start looking at your page and I feel bad, obviously, that you got. Like, I hate that you got or whatever. The thing about the video thing that I didn't enjoy was the fact that you told me just to DM you instead of saying, like, you and I have never talked after seeing that video. Like, First of all, I have like 45 jobs, as do you, I would assume, on the internet. You got to work your ass off or whatever.
Yeah.
If you were cooking something on the internet, I'm like, fuck it. This guy, let him do whatever he's got to do. I just don't want to give it. And then you got mad at Ty for saying, like, hey, take your medicine or whatever. And we don't know you like that. Like I wish we did. We will from now on because we've become fans. Take your medicine is an old adage as like, hey, something bad happened. Just kind of eat it and move on, which I think you have done. He didn't mean to make that personal because, by the way, we don't know that about you. Like, I don't want you to think we ever came after you. I don't like you making people feel as if we came after you too, because we did not at all.
Understandable. It's very understandable. It's just like, at the end of the day, like, what a just awful situation. But like, I guess for both of us here, I mean, me more specifically, it's just kind of nice to kind of just say screw you to the guy that did this, you know,
Yeah.
because obviously he doesn't like me. But like I said, it was just a really bad situation, and that day when I made that reaction video, it was just like the most embarrassing moment in my life, and I kind of had to just kind of process it a little bit. Obviously, you guys had zero clue what was going on, but in that moment, in that time, like as I was watching that live, I'm just sitting here like, God, did this really happen?
Yeah.
And like so what I had actually thought had happened, which obviously like I wouldn't expect it from y'all, but what I thought had happened was, because once again, in my mind, this was 100% legitimate. I was told to expect somebody to reach out. So I was just thinking, as like those few days went along, y'all were like, for whatever reason, decided against having me on the show. And I was like, whatever. So that's why I kind of lashed out a little on Twitter, because I was sitting there getting bombarded with DMs, with tweets, with texts. So in my mind, at that moment in time, I was a little mad because I thought maybe they just kind of ghosted me or whatever. So, but I had no clue what was going on until in that moment, I had y'all react to what the tweet and everything. So it was like I said.
Yeah, but I just want you to know, like, I'm all about people. Like, look, I got 10 of my friends in here. We're trying to make it. Like, I'm all about people making it. Like the thought of what happened to you in the way you were like, hey, these people did this to me or whatever, because you were in the moment upset. Like, that goes against almost everything I'm about. Like, I want everybody to make it, and the amount of work that you've put in. So you can understand how I'm a little bit like, hey, I don't know this guy, and I don't like what he's doing.
It's just in this situation, nobody's wrong. It's just a simple mistake that just kind of, it's just an awful situation for everybody. But like I said, I 100% appreciate everything you've done since then.
No, we've learned about you, by the way, Sam.
Hey, you guys do an awesome thing, and no, there's no ill will from me towards you guys at all. Y'all doing an awesome thing. It's awesome, and I remember watching the interview you guys did with MMG, and like, it's awesome because to me, I love seeing
Papa Meeks
guys in your Papa Meeks. He's awesome. We actually he's one of the coolest guys I've been able to meet in person. We actually got to film a thing with the Dallas Cowboys. We got to play each other on the on Madden on the big jumbotron. And
shout out SeatGeek, by the way. Shout out SeatGeek. I was supposed to be down there. You and I probably would have met.
Hold on, and I just saw that the ad you ran before the commercial.
Hey, keep it going, bro. Listen, I don't have mine on the desk. They're in my gym area, but I want to let you know, although our first conversation came through some miscommunication and stuff like that, I appreciate you coming on here, us getting to talk about this. And you have a new subscriber. I'm a big subscriber of yours now. I can't wait to see what you do next. Where are you from, by the way? What's the corn thing?
Oh, my God, the corn thing. That's, you know how the internet is. Once a meme comes to light, it kind of just sticks. And that it's just a long story that's not worth it. It's just a meme on the channel. And you know how people, when they get a meme, they just run with it. But I'm actually from Alabama.
Roll Tide, War Eagle.
Roll Tide, 100%.
Hey, Mac Jones is unbelievable this year. We don't know what we're doing on YouTube, by the way. That is.
Obviously.
No, we do not.
You guys used to have some awful thumbnails, and that's changed.
Billy! Get dominated! You got a guy stretching his hands back there.
Bill is going to show up in his
tread lightly, my friend.
Oh, no.
You just fucked.
Hey, you just made us all very happy, but there's one person that isn't. Hey, I appreciate you so much coming on, brother.
I appreciate you guys so much. Keep killing it.
All right, Corn. We'll talk to you down the road, all right?
Hey, take care.
Hey, and to hell whoever did that, pal.